Mm, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I cannot wait to get this started. The players are in the lobby, just waiting. Just waiting for it to start. A lot of pressure on Meomaika right now. He has to win this game to keep his team in this.
Exactly, and that is the big one. I actually don't know if Meomaika suffers from nerves at all, but I know. Like, I don't know if you feel this way. Obviously, I'm not a pro player, but anytime people are relying on me to pull through with a thing, I'm like, oh god, this is the worst.
It definitely depends on the player. Sometimes it's like, finally, all the spotlights are on me, and then other times it's like, oh god, why is it me? So it's pretty much the two different sort of mindsets. It can depend on the player, and I definitely think Meomaika would probably be like, I'm going to do this for my team. I'm going to win, and have that sort of mindset about him.
Yeah, and he does have a positive mindset as well. Sometimes on Twitter, if you see him after a loss, he'll be kind of like, oh, sorry. I didn't play quite as well as I should. Like, oh god, don't apologize. It's so good at the
just
game.
want to give him a little hug.
Sometimes
It's like, it's okay, Meomaika. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I'm keen for this one. Countdown is finished and we are loading into Eastwatch. Let's hope, guys, that this is not the last match. Because if it is, that means it's the end of the night already, and I'm not ready to let go.
It's too soon.
StarCraft.
We need another ace match. I like Probe a lot, but Meomaika, show us what you got.
That's it. And we're in, folks. And we've still got our good buddy Insano on the obs cam, making our lives a lot easier. And let's introduce this guy who is sitting over in the top right here in the dark blue. From Legacy, it's Probe.
And down here in the bottom left, the Zerg in the teal, he is Meomaika from Rise. And I feel like we're already seeing something little different, little cheeky. Straight up spawning pool. All right. All right. I am not complaining. This is quite a large map for any sort of rushes, I find. I feel, at least just looking at it. It's not as small as some. It's not too far away though. Maybe something can happen here.
Yeah, I am looking at it like, granted, I haven't played any ladder matches on this yet, but I'm like, man, there's a lot of pathways, there's a lot of space. You are probably going to have to watch your bases from a couple of paths, but, you know, you're not going to have vision across every path at the beginning of the game. It might be nice to throw in a little backstab here and there, and he's just doing one real early on. Now, sixlings are on the way. Probe's going to come up here and be like, well, would you look at that?
6 slowlings. How am I going to deal with this? It looks like he's just going to block it off and probably get that safety zealot nice and early. And, I mean, that's fair enough. See what Meomaika's got planned for this. You know, he can do some, like, damage to the buildings and whatnot, but it's going to be a hard task to get actually anything more than that.
Yeah, I think maybe the aim of the game is let's keep these alive, not lose them if I can't do any damage. Maybe just put one at the third, keep one parked out the front, can run it up into the ramp every now and then and just check. See if you can see what kind of tech he's got.
Yeah, just apply some pressure, force out a couple of zealots.
And the nice thing is that, like, because he has 6, if this zealot does come out, it's a little bit easy to surround and kill it. That said, though, with the second one popping out and an adept on the way, it's not really going to last much longer.
That overlord looks awesome. Thank you, Insano. I'm a big fan of those skins. Is that the new one? Is that the Katowice one? It might be.
I don't know. I've been a casual and I'm still trying to unlock all my Katowice ones. I've been playing some co-op with my friend, actually.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah, and it gives you some XP, but we found that we're too bad for, like, the brutal difficulties. I was so sad because I wanted that 100% bonus. I'm like, oh my god, I am scrubbing it hard right now.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff coming out there. I do like it a lot. I gotta get on that.
It's like a Stegosaurus overlord.
Stegolord, yeah.
Stegolord, there you go.
So cool. Alright, well, back to the game. Back to tech. We're seeing a Stargate from Mr. Probe. So something we saw just recently from our last match when we had the Mr. What's his name? Why can't I remember names? Pez.
Yeah.
He likes the Stargate. Probe likes the Stargate. It seems like absolutely it's the kind of like the safety sort of opening, gets you an easy third base. It's kind of always been that way. And this is some awesome micro from Probe as well, by the way. Just saving that adept, keeping the Zerglings at bay, doing a lot of damage to them as well. We are seeing that Oracle come out.
Yeah, and the Oracle's actually a nice choice here because Mio just made a bunch of Zerglings. And the interesting thing about the way he plays is like he'll make a bunch of lings at a random time. You're like, oh, he's going to attack. But in reality, Mio just constantly has a group of lings out on the map. Not necessarily for any reason, but he finds ways to use them.
Can you get up here?
Always running them around.
Oh, he can get up here.
It's open.
He saw it. He saw it. He could see through it. He saw the matrix. And this is going to do a lot of damage. This is the kind of damage he needs to get ahead of Probe. A lot of probes are going to be going down to that natural. Luckily, that Oracle isn't too far away, but 9 probes have gone down already.
Oh my goodness. He is actually going to get a fair chunk of damage done with this. 10 workers have gone down so far. Probe's only been able to pick off a couple on the other side of the map. And I really did not think that there was a gap there that you could get through, so...
It looked weird. Like, I was like, can he get through on the right side? But he actually got through on the left side, so I'm like, okay, I got no idea how he did that.
That's kind of a funny little wall there, then. And, I mean, eagle eyes from Mio there, spotting that, realizing, hey, I think I can actually get through there and do some damage. Brilliantly done. Gonna lose the Overlord here, but who cares, man? He took out 10 workers. He's taken at third base. He's got a Hydra Den finished. This is not looking so bad for him.
Yeah, he is on point right now. Third base on that way. Got it up before the Oracle could spot it. And he's actually applying pressure to the front, which I'm a bit surprised about. Considering there is a Sentry, 2 Zealots, and an Adept there. It's going to be pretty hard task to get through. Keeping the pressure applied. And I think he's just going to go for pretty much a 3 hatchery Hydra bust.
Yeah. He is a guy that likes his timings.
Oh no. Not paying attention here. Quite a bit of damage going down.
Yeah. Please, no more enduring kills. That's a bit of revenge. Like, Probe's actually gotten 8 worker kills, so, you know, Mio's only 2 up on him at this point, and he's now overtaken him in the worker count. It's 46 probes, 241 drones, and Mio's kind of not at that point where he's really focusing on drones anymore.
Yeah, he's just trying to pump out as many Hydras as possible, get the upgrades for them, and get across the map. And he is on a time limit, because I'm pretty sure at this point Probe has realized what's going on. He has made that robotics bay. That's on the way, and once that gets out, start pumping Colossus, and they'll just simply hard counter it.
Yeah, Spore still yet to quite pop up in the main base, and he's going to lose 4 more drones there. And while Mio got some nice damage done early on, Probe has really turned the tables here, and he's starting to get some juicier splash units out here, working on charge lots as well. And those are only going to be a help for him against these Lings and Hydras, all very light squishy units.
Yes. He's definitely running out of time, and I think that Colossus might even get up before the attack really begins as well. So close to being done here. Oracles spot the army moving across the map. Can Meomaika do it? All comes down to this fight.
Yeah, he's sort of grouping up the front here, just waiting for the rest of the units to arrive. A couple of Oracles of Probes swooping around to that third base, maybe even the natural while this happens. They're not going to be too useful in this fight, so he may as well be trying to find bits and pieces of damage wherever he can. And the longer that Mio waits here, the more time Probe has to grab another Colossus out of that Robo.
Ooh, he's even confident enough to start poking here. Just simply 2 force fields on the ramp is going to shut this down completely. And he's definitely got a couple more in the barrel as well. So what does Meomaika do from here? He's switching into a Spire and starting to drain up that third base. Not a good place to be.
No, it's not. And those Oracles are still hovering around. They, in fact, dive into the natural base, which has no protection. And Mio pulls back his entire army to try and deal with this.
Looks like he might be even just sacking the Oracles, going for the maximum damage here.
Yeah.
Doing a lot, losing 1, but still, you know, he He did so much damage to that natural. It's not even mining right now. This is the last thing Meomaika needs.
Exactly, and Probe's built himself up a nice little force here. His army supply isn't that much bigger than Meomaika, but he does again have like a couple more valuable units, and so long as he can position his army well, keep those charge lots at the front. Oh my god.
It's not good. It's not good at all. He's just looking for the counterattacks, looking to buy some time to stop this ball from coming across the map and just shutting down this third base. More Stego Lords going down as well. Apply blocking Meomaika. Mutalisk switch. I'm liking this. I'm liking this idea. Probably a better idea than going Corrupt or anything like that. Sure. Just going for the counterattack. He's got to get these spines up, and I don't think he can in time.
No, he's struggling. If Probe actually sits there and kills that third base, that might buy him the time he needs, but Mutas have now been shown he's going to have to take out those Stalkers. Those are really the only threat to this army, and he's having a bit of a rough time finding the right angle to attack in there. The spines have finished back at the natural, but Probe is also taking a third at the gold behind him.
Taking a third of the gold. Templar Archives on the way, so Archons are going to be part of this mix, which is going to be the hard shutdown for these Mutalisks. But before that, look at this. Mutas are going to have free reign over this natural. Probe going to be looking for the counterattack, doesn't get it, so TP's home. Don't get a TP. Recalls home. Too much Warcraft 3. But still, these Mutalisks are going to be doing some good work for a while.
Yeah. One of these Muse is going to get taken out with the Lone Phoenix. More Muse in production. He's really committing to this idea too, getting the +1 on the air weapons there for those Mutalisks. Continuing to go for a few lings on the ground as well. But what's his plan here? Is he going to try and bludgeon him to death with the Mutas? Is he going to try and expand again? Because I'm just not entirely sure. Like, can he break Probe with this? I guess he still has a fairly big Hydra force.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like he's just going to count on and dealing with that third base. It's like, okay, that's out of the way. I did lose a lot of units with that. And now it's kind of just run for your life. But he's still, as you said, on 2 base. It looks like he's looking to get a third base. Perhaps at that gold, I'm seeing a couple of extractors go up there, and it looks like something's blocking it. So he doesn't have that simply because of that probe. A lot of Hydra going down too, just simply from the charge lots. Not a good place to be.
No, it's a little bit rough losing all these overlords in the middle of the map as well. Not ideal because he's basically supply blocked now. And yeah, there we go. There's the full supply block there in the red now. And my goodness, Probe's army suddenly looks quite formidable. Lots of Stalkers, lots of charge, lots 3 Colossi, and even some Phoenixes coming into the mix here. If he can keep that War Prism alive, he can suddenly reinforce on the front lines. Nice targeting by Mio, though.
Yeah, not bad at all. Still going to be losing a couple of Mutas for that. A lot of Phoenix, just enough Phoenix to really deal with their Mutalisk as well if they try and commit. Now it's all about busting this base down. Can Mio hold on and find a way back? Nope, Probe not going to give him a chance. They're going to keep exchanging blows here, making that ramp even narrower with that force field. Mutalisk looking for a way, and there's still a pretty large number of Mutalisks, but when you've got like that many Phoenix and more on the way, and that number of Stalkers on the ground to kind of hold off everything else, it's going to be hard to actually find any damage.
Yeah, Probe very patiently trying to deal with this.
Hold on, he's actually focusing down the Colossus here. A lot have gone down. 1 remains. More and more Stalkers coming back in, and I think that was the majority of Meomaika's army. 40 supply different right now, and everything's getting picked up that could do damage.
Oh, there's the offensive blink, and Probe will seal the deal against Meomaika, taking the point for Legacy there on Eastwatch. And it felt really short, but that actually brings it home for Legacy. So they too win the first match of the week for their team, as did SYF, both the teams that made it to the grand finals last time.
Not too big of a surprise at all. These 2 powerhouses there, and then yeah, that last game, Probe just looking unstoppable as per usual. No surprise there at all. He's quite the beast. Meomaika had some pretty interesting style. I gotta say, it's always fun to watch him play. I've never had a bad time. Just trying to guess what he's doing is half the fun. So, yeah, what a great start to the season.
Yeah, it was good. We had some great games, lots of fun. Pretty short games still, I guess. That's the nature of the team league because people are just savage, man. They want that win. They're playing snipe builds. They're doing
do
all
any way
ins.
to get it. It's just dirty. It's best of one. I love it.
That's the way, guys. So that actually wraps it up for us tonight. Now, again, we're going to be broadcasting every week on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. AEDT. So make sure you come hang out with us every night. We're going to be doing 2 matches a night for this round robin, and then in week 6, we'll be doing the grand finals for the 2 teams who have won the most matches. So next week, we have on the screen there, you can see our matches, Legacy versus OSC Elite and Downfall versus Rise. And I'm really hyped to see those matches as well.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I cannot wait for them. And those maps as well. Catalyst, Acid Plant Neon, Violet Square, Backwater, and Blackpink.
Yeah. Nice to see the mix-up in the maps. Obviously, we have new ones since last season, so it's always exciting to see how these maps play out, especially in the best-of-1 context. I hope to see many more great games from these guys and more ace matches, guys, because we were spoiled last season, and we already had one tonight and got close on the second match, rather. So I'm keen.
Yeah, bring it on, man. More of them, the better. Obviously, I want everyone to do as best they can, but more 2-2s into the mace match, the better.
Let's do it. Let's milk it for all it's worth. So, guys, that wraps it up for us tonight. Big thank you to Insano for subbing in for a bit of commentary and then going back to the obs desk of his own free will. We're actually not supposed to be recruiting him as an observer, but he did it anyway. So thank you very much.
He's such a sweetie. God bless that boy.
And of course, thank you to you, Moonglade, for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been so much fun. Again. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a blast as per usual. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. All right. It's been great, guys. Thank you for tuning in, for all of you who have tweeted and retweeted and got the word out there. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. Hope you get all the stream drops that you guys have been after. Sorry we don't have it on our stream. But it's a great way to celebrate StarCraft's 20th birthday. So watching the Pro League, going out on ladder, getting your friends to play, it's all gravy in our books. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week again at 7:30 p.m. See you later.